So we know that fits my car, R32, 3.2, you know, all the good cars. So yesterday my low coolant light came on and I filled it up. Oh, is that a leak? I think we found a leak. Is it right here on this fitting? That's been a problem before. It is. I do have a theory that maybe this fan's not coming on again. I did have a problem with that before. Maybe it's the fan control module. So this fan was only running on high speed, I think. It wouldn't run on low speed. This 10 amp fuse, you pull that one and your fans will turn on. So here, it doesn't have it labeled, fuse number 16. So I have the car running. The fans are not spinning. So if you pull that fuse, now our fans are spinning at what looks like low speed. Put that fuse back in and they'll stop. So I looked under the car, tried to get my part number. The one on there says made in Hungary, so I don't know if it's already been changed again, but it doesn't have an N or a K. And looking on ECS Tuning here, so Euro brand here, the part number that ends in K is the auxiliary fan control unit. It looks like the exact same thing, $42. Go down to Euro brand with an N, that's the radiator fan control module, $65. And he said, you only have one fan on the car? No, it has two fans, one control module. He says I need the N revision. So the N revision, of course, the more expensive one, $65. So we know that fits my car, R32, 3.2, you know, all the good cars. There is a part of me that wants to take a chance on, you know, a $21 eBay part versus spending $70, but so now we're back to ordering the fan control module and then the radiator temperature switch. So you should be able to jump this and get the fans to turn on fast and then slow, both of them at the same time, and then we'll know the fans are good. So I've got a little jumper wire here and I've jumped the plug. So that's as close as I can get the camera. I don't even know if you can see it, but see, this is low speed. Don't touch the wires together. And this is going to be high speed. So the other thing to check is if you turn the car on and put like the AC on, or I don't even think you have to start the car, it should just come on. Our fans should come on. So our fans are both spinning. Some people are having the problem where they park their car and shut it off and the fans are still running, like turbojet engines. And I had that problem with my R32, and it was the AC pressure switch, I think. It was over here somewhere. I ordered a new coolant reservoir because some of the clamps here are broken off, like the flare. I just felt the plastic crumble when I did that. I've already replaced this cap because on the other one, the inside of the cap, when you would take it off like this, it would stay down in the tank. So I thought maybe that was failing. So I've already replaced the cap. So all we got from Rock Auto is the coolant jug. It comes with the sensor. This is a pretty basic sensor. I don't even know if you would call it a sensor, but it's just two prongs that stick down in there. And when there's coolant, it's making the connection, the electrical connection through that wire. And then when there's no coolant, it says no coolant. I was going to replace this part because that's where my coolant's leaking, around this clamp. I already replaced the hose, but it turns out this plastic part is almost impossible to get for this car because all the ones you can get will end in a B, and this has a part number with an L at the last letter, and it's two different sizes at each end. The one you can get is the same size at each end. So I was going to say try not to get the broken plastic in the system, but we should be able to get it out of this hose. Alright, so we got it all full of fresh water all the way to the top, because it has a minimum, but it doesn't have a max, so we have to take the battery and the tray and stuff out to get to the fan control module. So we'll disconnect the battery, take that stuff out. So if you're just working with a small tool set, you might have to get some bigger wrenches for this, because it measures out to be 30 millimeters, but you can make 1 1/8" work. Not really on this one, but you can on this one, probably just because the end's a little worn out. But it'll fit on the 12-point ends, so we'll be able to get it out with that. So we've got the battery out, and the 2 bolts for the fan control module are right here, 1, 2. You don't have to take this off. And then when the fan control module is out, you might have a little more room to get to the sensor down here. I'm going to pull these covers off just so we have a little more room to work. So I pulled the front bumper off just because I wanted to see why my radiator was a little loose and rattly. And it might just be the radiator mounts, the way it goes into those rubber things, because there's no loose screws or anything. And that could just be on my car because of previous incidents here. Now you have access to that temperature switch right there, really easy, because I have the whole front bumper off. And then your fan control module plugs are right here. The only thing in the way now is this bracket. So your car's not going to have this bracket here unless you have a skid plate. So we can just pull this off real quick too, and then we'll have a whole bunch more room to get in there. Now that I've got that skid plate bracket off, it's a lot easier to see. Your fan control module is right here. So once you take the 2 bolts out of the fan control module, then you can have it down here in your hands and see what you're doing and press these clips to release them. Because of course they're on like opposite sides each plug. But yeah, this one's made in Hungary. I don't know if that's factory or not. This one was already broken. I haven't taken that one off yet, so that's probably a good sign that someone's already taken it off and broken the clip out. Looking at the date on the top here, I think they do the month in the middle, so that's probably October 14th of 2013 this was replaced. Both of those wrenches are 1/8". One didn't fit and the other one did. Alright, now we're going to make a mess. We're going to move our cardboard. So the new sensor comes with a new crush washer. So make sure your old crush washer came off. So here are the 2 parts next to each other. So my new one doesn't have a date on it, really, for when it was manufactured. If this one fails, we'll just buy a cheap one next time, because buying the expensive one didn't work, obviously. So we'll get this bolted up then. Got a radiator hose connected, got the switch in. So we're gonna have it back up and running in a little bit. So my new theory is, a while back when I replaced the fan, main radiator fan, 9/3/2022. So it was overheating when I was in a lot of stop and go traffic in the city. And then I kind of stopped going to the city, so I don't think I ever really fixed the problem. I fixed that one fan that didn't have low speed. We probably had multiple problems and only fixed one, but hopefully we got it all sorted out now with the temperature switch and the fan control module. So I can definitely hear the compressor clicking on now, and I don't think I did before I fixed the fan control module. So and our clutch is engaging and our AC compressor is spinning, so that's good. Now we just have to get our AC pressure checked, I guess. So I think I've done everything I can do. Both of my fans work at high speed and low speed. We got a new temperature switch. We know we're getting power through the fan control module to the temperature switch, and we have a new fan control module. Got a new jug. We know we're getting flow back into the jug. So I've driven 150 miles since I replaced the fan control module and the radiator switch and the coolant reservoir. Everything still seems okay. I do still leak a little bit of water right here. My next thing that I was going to try is I could just drain the system out and take this clamp off and see if it's egg shaped, or, you know, sometimes that happens and I've had to replace a couple clamps.